Hello and welcome to Tash Talks, the live show, episode 1. I am so freaking pumped for this. It came as a download for me because I wanted to do something a bit different. I wanted to do something that other people kind of weren't doing, and doing it in a way that other people may not even think about doing. And I think for me, kind of bringing together my coaching, bringing together the entertainment side of things, the live elements to it, which I love and part of my business, and being able to serve you guys literally fills my soul. So I was like, I had this brainwave idea of bringing it all together. So I will be coming live every single Friday at 10 a.m. with the Tash Talks live show. And what kind of my aim is for this show is really to bring in the live element to it. And that means to serving you guys. That means for you watching this, I'm going to be having live callers in. I'm going to be playing voice notes from you guys. I'm going to be reading out. And thank you so much for all your questions that we're going to get through today. I really want to make it so interactive, and i.e. the name, a live show, right? So that's exactly what it's going to be. So there is no question too big or too small. If you don't know me, hello and welcome to this live show. I'm Natasha Clark, mindset coach and business coach, female entrepreneurs that really want to build and scale their businesses beyond their wildest dreams, to create a business that's on your terms, break some freaking rules and do what feels good to your soul, right? So if that is you, you are in the best place possible. And if you are not new to me and this is like, oh yeah, Tash, I know you so well, great. Welcome to going to be the best show that you're ever going to be listening to every Friday morning. And I want you to know this is a safe space. This is a place for you to ask those questions that you may feel like a bit silly, or you may feel like, oh, this is too obvious, or this question is too personal or too raw or too real. No. You can literally ask me whatever you want. This is a complete and utter safe space. So when you are watching this on the replay, please, of course, put hashtag replay just to make sure it is all that I can see everyone that's on. And if you're watching this live, please do say hello. I just want to make sure that you can all hear and see me okay before we go on. Hello. Okay, so I have got the questions my team have sent me that you guys have sent in. So let me just pull up those questions. Okay, great. So let's get started. Tasha, would love to know what you see for NCC, like the real bigger picture, not just the coaching. Great question to kick off with. Okay, so what do I see as the big picture? I see, okay, this is what I see. I see this way bigger than what it is right now. Okay, so my big, wildly kind of, how would I explain it? The big goal, the big dream. Okay, so no filters, literally I'm just going to word vomit. It's to create a world-renowned brand that helps millions of women be able to create, set up, build and scale businesses beyond their wildest dreams, right? But in a way where it's on their terms. So they're breaking industry standards, right? Because I'm so about breaking rules when it comes to business and doing things that feel good to you, rather than, well, the stats say this, or we should be doing this, or you should be making this, or this is how many clients you would need to do this, and this. So actually creating the possible out of the impossible, which the norm is, right? And being able to help make your dreams come true, but in a way where it feels so freaking good. So yes, banking the dough, making sure that you are fulfilling your lifelong dreams for not just you, but your clients and your family. And it just goes, it has a massive ripple effect. And I see a TV show. I see a TV show being live coaching, being able to help other people literally live on air, especially when it comes to all the work that I've been doing with rapid resolution therapy, being able to like blow people's minds with how you can retrain your unconscious mind. So I definitely see that. I honestly believe that coaching can change the world, and it's already the second most fastest growing industry, right, underneath underneath technology, and it's at 14 billion, which is the revenue at the moment. It's not going anywhere. Like, coaching isn't going anywhere. And what you can see now is it going into more mainstream. Like, I was listening to a Snoop Dogg song this morning, and he's doing a children's affirmation song, right? This is because now self-development coaching has become kind of so much more mainstream and a lot cooler, right? Before, it was kind of like that taboo where people kind of didn't speak about if the fact they had a coach or they needed to hire help, or what you do, affirmations and meditations, and you work on yourself. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. So I think it's going in the complete right direction. Do I think it can be opened up a lot more? Absolutely. Am I really pleased that it's now gone into corporate? Yes. It's starting to go into like schools. Yes. Can it expand so much more? Absolutely. And I honestly feel that good people do good. So the more work that we can do as coaches, as consultants, as having online service providers, businesses is, right? The more work we can do that, the more we can expand the consciousness, the more we can expand into the quantum field, the more we can expand how we think, to how we feel, to the actions we take, to do better, to do good. I truly, honestly believe that we can change the planet, we can change the world. And however much you may be feeling where you are right now, but I'm just me, and but that's how I felt, and still do at times. But that's why your mission is so important, that it's so much more bigger than where you currently are right now. So whatever your reality is right now, that is not where your mission is. That's not where your brand is. That's not where your soul dream is. Like, think about your vision, and then I want you to think about the vision beyond the vision, beyond the vision, beyond the vision. So what I have, let's say, on my vision board is the vision beyond the vision. And to somebody that may look at the reality right now, like, oh wow, Tash, you've got massive goals there, and you're only here right now. Yeah, but if I look back 5 years ago to the goals that I wanted, to what I've achieved now, like right now, you are listening to the first ever episode of Tash Talks, right? But you could be watching this on replay in 2 years' time, and it's worldwide, or it's on a national TV channel, or it's gone absolutely viral on YouTube. Like, whatever is going to happen with this is going to happen. And I'm here for it. I'm here for the moves. And I am wanting to lead the way. And I want to show you how you can start something where X amount of people and a small amount of people are watching this, whatever it is, the number is in your community, in your audience, to where it can get to. And I want to bring you on in this journey together, because it's very easy when I speak about my successes to this point. But I would love, and I want to share this with you, because I would love for you guys to do this, is to document all of this. I wish I was doing more lives and documenting my trials, tribulations, successes, my wins, the challenges, the times I wanted to chuck my laptop out the window. When I first started the business, when I was journaling about the money that I wanted to make, when I was journaling about my dream soul aligned clients and who I wanted to work with and how it was going to feel like. I wish I documented all this. So now this is exactly what I am doing. And now if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at Natasha Clark Coaching. I share all of this because it's part of my mission. It's part of my strategic goal, shall we call it, in going the extra mile, showing you how I expand, and also showing you behind the scenes. So what I'm also thinking about doing is, as this grows, like, think about when you're watching the show and I'm in a studio. Right now, I'm in my beautiful office with a ring light and my laptop, okay? But think about when I've got a makeup artist that's coming in. Think about when I go, check 1, 2, 2, 2, the mic working okay? Yeah, oh, the mic's good, we're good to go. I'm visualizing what it looks like to have 3 cameras in front of me. I'm visualizing what it feels like to have the telephone blow up and we're like, okay, so caller 1, we have Michaela from Stoke-on-Trent. Michaela, what do you want to ask me, right? This is what I'm visualizing way before it's actually happening. So come along on this freaking journey, because it's going to be epic. So I hope that answered your question. Okay. How do you deal with competition? Are you not worried that people in your audience will go and work with X because you spoke about them? As I see you share about your biz besties all of the time on your Insta stories. And I'm interested to know how you feel about this. And if someone went to work with them, how would you feel on this? This is an epic question. Oh my God, I love this. Okay. Right. Oh, so much to answer on this. Okay. I don't believe in competition. And I never have done. When I think about going back to the modeling days and you're standing next to goddesses going for the same role, when I think about all the acting jobs and the commercials and the auditions that I went for, when I think about going up against other girls in the girl band and things like that, when I think about all of those and auditions I went to for dancing, I was never of that mentality that these girls are my competition, right or wrong. Okay. We're not here to judge, but I was never of that understanding. I think that's the way I was brought up from my mum. But I just want to caveat this by saying, when I was kind of in the early, let's say when the first time it ever happened, I can't remember when it was, I can just remember a feeling. Did I get triggered? Absolutely. Yeah. Because, and I want you to learn from this, I made it about me. I made it about why am I not good enough that this person that was in my audience has now gone to work with my friend? Why was my offer, my program, not enough for that person to stay, to want to pay me, to want to work with me, right? Biggest mistake in business. Biggest mistake. This is not about you, and it wasn't about me. When you think about a bigger picture and when you're thinking about serving your audience, how incredible that I was that connection point. I was that point where this person came into my audience. Wow, just see an orb there flying. That was incredible. Love that. This person came into my audience, and for whatever reason, it does not matter. I was able to energetically connect them to one of my biz besties and they went to work with them, right? Whatever it was, I can't remember. So the first time it happened, yes, it triggered the hell out of me, but this was way before I was able to reprogram my unconscious mind. This was way before I had the emotional intelligence to be able to detach away from the outcome, because this is key. When you can master that, you're able to then not get triggered by this. And that's what I want to do. I want to create my mission to literally loop back to the first question, is be able to empower more women to become so freaking untriggerable. So whether that's money, relationships, business, clients, children, life, right? The things that are going to be thrown at us, to be able to become untriggerable about it. Just freaking made up a new word, right? So no. So that is why I can very comfortably share my biz besties. That is why I can very confidently talk about the coaches that I've invested in working with, because I do not have that fear factor that, oh my goodness, if I mention this person that I've worked with on this subject, somebody in my audience is going to bypass me and go to my coach, right? Because that may absolutely happen. But it also can work the other way around. You've got to think about, let's say that, well, me and Lucy talk about this all the time. There's people that are in her membership that then come into my membership. There's people that work with both of us. There's people that come, have worked with me and then they go on to work with Lucy, or worked with Lucy and come on, and the same with all my other biz besties, right? This isn't about you owning your audience. And I had the person, it's really unfair that this person then went on to work with that person. Stop making it about you and instead think, wow, think about the greater good. Widen your context of what it is that you do and why you do that. And you are not going to be for everybody, and that is absolutely fine. Like, you want to be mama, you want people to be like, oh my goodness, I love you. I have had people that have come to work with me literally when I first started the tribe, and have continued to stay in the tribe for that amount of time, right? I've had people that have gone to work with other coaches and come back again, come straight in at my one-on-one, have amazing results, and then go and want to work with somebody else for whatever reasons, and then come back and be like, oh my God, Tash, I want to work on this. I have also had clients that have started one-on-one with me when I was charging, can't remember what my first one-on-one price point was when I was doing this, up until now. And they're like, I'm in this for the long game. So I think it's more about being really confident in yourself. I think that's where the real the real work needs to be done. Because if you're feeling so truly confident in who you are, what you stand for, who you help, the transformation, the offer, your price point, you're as resilient as AF. You seriously are, because those things won't trigger you, because you're not making it, you're not attaching a meaning to them. It's not, oh my goodness, that person came to work with me, but then they went to go and work with Shelley. That means Shelley's more successful than me. That means Shelley, that, right? No, it doesn't. So I think that's why I can do that. And I lead by example. I'm here to lead you. I'm here to show you the way. We're so conditioned to think that another female, you think about when you're dating and there's one guy and there's like 3 girls. We're so conditioned to think it's competition. Like, we all want this one guy. I've got to make sure I'm perfect and my hair's perfect and this looks great, rather than when we actually put the mirror back on ourselves and we're so truly confident within, not a fake it till you make it confident, not, oh, I look pretty today, I curled my hair and put a nice dress on, like truly having that confidence, because that then goes hand in hand with worthiness. And I do not attach my worth from a client saying yes or no. Did I? Yes, absolutely. Do I now? No. And this is where mastering the energetics is extremely important. Emotional intelligence and personal power is an absolute must. Great question, by the way. And I'm glad that I empower you. I'm glad that I'm inspiring you to show you that this isn't dog eat dog. Like, as any industry, there's going to be coaches that may not do what they say they're going to do. They may not be great at what they do. They may overcharge and underdeliver. Okay, but that's in every industry. And I choose to not see it through those lenses. You know, I choose to not, I don't get caught up in gossip. I'm not interested about sitting around and talking about other coaches and what they do and don't earn and what they're doing and what they're not doing. I do not truly care. I am on a mission and I am solely focused on where Natasha Clark is going and where I'm getting my clients. That is where I'm focused on, right? So does this go on? Absolutely. But I choose to not see it through those lenses. I see it through a lenses of, we can empower and help each other. That's why I don't mind sharing my biz besties and what they're doing. That's why we do collaborations. That's why we do, oh my goodness, go and jump on this. Like, she's doing this right now. It's epic, right? Because it's about empowering and lifting us all up. Like, I don't believe that if for me to succeed, it means that I'm taking from you. How about we all get to succeed? How about we can all rise up? How about we can all freaking succeed together? I hear you talk about making business simple, which I love so much, by the way, but I'm not finding that right now. I'm feeling overwhelmed and hustling hard, yet not seeing the results I desire. Please help. Yes, that's exactly what I talk about, how making business simple. We can overcomplicate our things in our mind. And when I think about everything that I've learned, it's easy when you know how. That's just as simple as it is. So guess what I do? I invest to know how. When I don't know about investing, I invest to understand investing. When I didn't know about mindset, I invested to learn about mindset. When I didn't know about unconscious mind, when I didn't know about hiring teams, when I didn't know about Active Campaign and the softwares and the systems that all come to support this, like I invest to do that. So do I know all this now? Absolutely. Did I? No. So when I talk about making business simple, people really do overcomplicate things when it comes to business, because business can be simple. And the main thing I will say about this is consistency. Like, people forget that when it comes to business, it means being freaking consistent. And I don't mean showing up, doing one post on Instagram, because it doesn't go viral, you want to give up. Sorry, you need to have some tenacity when it comes to business. You are not, what I'm finding is people want quick gratifications, right? They want external validation right now. Oh my goodness, I'm 1 month into business, I made 10K. That means I'm freaking epic. What if that doesn't happen? What if you get to 2nd month and the 3rd month and the 4th month and you still haven't hit 10K? Are you going to give up? Or are you going to consistently keep going? Are you going to consistently keep showing up? Are you going to consistently invest into yourself? Because business doesn't have to be rocket science, but sometimes common knowledge isn't common practice. So it's like going to the gym and then getting frustrated when you come out of the gym going, oh my goodness, I went to the gym. Where the hell is the freaking six pack? Where is it? Like, I'm so freaking mad at this. I see other people post selfies on social media of them going to the gym and now they've got a six pack. Yeah, this isn't how it works. And exactly how a six pack doesn't work is also how building a business doesn't work. You are building a business, building being the word, right? So come off the fast, quick, let's get results train and actually get onto the train of, I'm going to show up consistently. I am going to attach myself to my value that I provide on social media, getting my clients amazing results, working on myself, mastering the energetics, and not freaking giving up, and not being so triggered by that quick gratification that I haven't succeeded in doing this yet, so it must mean, because then we attach meaning, I'm crap, I'm not good enough, it's not going to work out, I should just freaking give up, right? Be willing to actually put the freaking work in, like widen your context and back yourself. I see so many people that say to me, Tash, I really want to build a six-figure business, but yet don't invest in themselves. Or they'll say, they're talking to their audience about the importance of investing in themselves, hiring help. Yet they're not doing it. Okay, that's inauthentic. You want to be thinking about what it is that you're saying. Are you actually practicing what you preach? You know, we can talk about, it's like me talking right now about consistency. But if I'm not being consistent, then I'm not being authentic, because I'm talking to you about how important it is. The reason I sit here today building the business that I have built is because I've been freaking goddamn consistent. And it's easy to be consistent when everything's freaking great. When you're banking the mo, you know, you got the clients giving you amazing testimonials, your social media is going viral, like life is freaking sweet. But what about when it's not? Can you still be consistent when you can't see the results straight away? Will you still be consistent when each post one day after another for 2 months hasn't gone viral? Are you still going to be consistent then? Are you going to be consistent when you get a no and a no and a no and a no? Are you going to give up? But what if that next client was the yes? What if that next post was going to be the viral post? What if that next month was going to be that goal month for the 10K, the 20K, the 30K, whatever it is? So think about the fact that you're building a brand. Like, stop thinking with this short-term lens of, I need to make 10K, buy this, and making that context really small. And you're going to have so much resistance towards it. And I promise you, you're not going to enjoy the process of getting there. Like, building a business should be fun. It should be enjoyable. You should be loving the process of this, not just loving the external validation of when you've hit a month and you can show it up on Instagram and go, woohoo, I just made this much money. It's so important that we do that. And I am here for it. I am here for the big fat money wins. I absolutely love it. But I'm also here for you being consistent. You consistently celebrating yourself. You consistently doing the work. You consistently investing yourself. You consistently giving great value. Consistently showing up when you don't have those consistent wins. That is how you build a freaking brand. Okay. So I want you to widen that lens of why you do what you do and how to freaking show up. Because too many people just want all the success and the fanciness of it, but they're not actually willing to put the work in. And when I say work, I don't mean hustle, because, you know, I'm not here for that. But doing the inner work is work. Let me tell you, I actually would be honest enough to say the inner work is harder than the strategic stuff of posts on social, funnels, launches, lives, like all of that strategic stuff. That's the light work. That's the light work when it comes to when you've actually really got to go deep and dig into those wounds and heal yourself and master the things that are triggering you and really able to reprogram the way the unconscious mind thinks and the way it's reacting to things. That is the real work, my friends. That's the real work. What did you learn about the hardest things in your life that you have experienced? Oh, great question. What did I learn? What did you learn about the hardest things in your life that you've experienced? That, in fact, it wasn't the end. However much I may have thought it at the time, in fact, it was the biggest up level of my life. And when you're working through that hard time, when you're working through, maybe you feel like you're in a bit of a void, when you're working through this just isn't working and your mind is giving you all the evidence of why you can't do A, B, and C, that breakdown leads to the breakthrough. And, does everybody need to go through it? No. But I truly feel that, for me anyway, it was at the absolute making. And each time I've gone through a hard experience in my life and business, it's up leveled me massively. And well, if I think about the most recent one, really is how then I found my teaching to unconscious mind to a whole different level with rapid resolution therapy. And what it enables me to do is up level my toolbox. So when my clients come to me and they're going, Tash, this is how I'm feeling, I'm experiencing this, I'm like, ding, 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 I have got you. Because I have been through all of this. I know exactly how you are feeling, and I know exactly how we come out the other end. Okay. And that's where my zest and hunger for helping women to become the untriggerable woman has come from. Because sometimes you've got to live something. You've got to, it's giving me shivers. You've got to experience something. You've got to embody something. It's exactly what I teach when I speak about soul strategy. Like if you think about what I post on social media, right, it's huge and tons amount of value. Okay. That's because I lead as a leader. I make sure that what I am teaching my clients, I'm practicing what I preach. And more importantly, beyond the money wins, beyond the client testimonials, beyond the amazing jam-packed value that I give on social media, I embody what exactly is that I teach. You think about my transformation of what I help my clients get, right? I live that. I talk about freedom. I talk about freedom of the mind, freedom of the soul. I talk about personal power. I talk about loving and enjoying what you do. Why? Because I embody that. I show you that on social media. I show you how, by changing your perspective, by changing and stepping into and activating that next level of yourself, is how you open the floodgates. I was very triggered before about not being able to have it all. And I had so much evidence of things in your life when you just hit a massive money month and then something in your personal life goes crap, or something in your personal life is amazing and then you might lose a team member, right? So I was always kind of balancing this. And what I've learned and activated is this next level of power, which excites me to think it doesn't have to be hustle and hard, right? Because it's been there, done that. Does it get you results? I'm not saying that it can't get you results, but is it the type of results that you want, and is it in the way that you want it? Because if you want to hustle hard, you are listening to the wrong show, you're following the wrong coach, and this is not the right place for you. If you really want to tap into that personal power and activate that next level of success in ease and freaking flow and being able to play in your business, then you're in the right place. So I think I'm grateful for all those times now. I'm absolutely grateful for those. And what I've also learned, touching upon the question that I got asked at the start of this, in regards to, documenting everything, I have now documented all of this, because this is power and how I was able to rise up. And this, again, it all loops up. Can you see this? How it's all leading up to consistency? Because if you ask any entrepreneur, any successful badass, have you had hard times? Have you wanted to give up? Have you felt like the world was against you? Have you felt like you're just like, I can't do this anymore? Yes, absolutely. I don't think you're an entrepreneur if you've not experienced this, right? You absolutely have. And if you haven't, well, I don't think it's the truth, because I think everybody does. Everybody experiences this, right? And it doesn't matter what level of business that you are currently at and wanting to work towards. It goes back to, I think this is why the money is never the reason why you're doing what you're doing. It's the byproduct. Is it freaking unreal? Yes. Okay. And this is, of course, money is freedom. It gives you choices. It allows you to change people's lives, your family's lives, your clients' lives. It has that knock-on effect of being able to, if you're broke, you can't help no charity. If, for example, if you can't struggle enough to be able to then help other people get through their struggling, because how are you going to be able to help them? So it's so important the money side of things. Of course it is. You know, you don't have a successful business if you don't have money, right? But what's more important is being able to navigate through those times of challenges, hard times, and those times where you want to give up, and holding that consistency. And the reason why you're able to do that is because your mission is way much bigger than your bank balance. Okay. It's why you are doing what you are doing, because when times get tough, when the tech's falling apart, when you're losing team members, when you're navigating personal stuff, when you're trying to work through a trigger that's just come up from you, but yet you need to support your team, or you need to support your audience, or your client needs you. When you're feeling like this, that is the time when most people give up. No one's going to give up when it's so great, when business is going amazing. Who's going to give up then? The most popular time for people to give up is when things are not going so well. But that's not how you build a brand. That is not how you become that untriggerable woman. That is not how you stand in your personal power. And that's not why you started this. So that's why it's so important that you really do tap in to the energetics. Stop making this all about the strategy and the external validation, and tap into what really matters and what counts, which is in the inside. And that is why people don't give up. I truly believe that is why, because even if there was a tech issue, right, and you got the tech issue fixed, right, it's never really about the tech issue. It's what you attach meaning to what that tech issue means. Let's be fair, it's always about that. So I think when you tap into that game is when you change the game, truly do. What is the biggest thing you would suggest for someone to work on and master if you could only pick one? If I could only pick one thing, yeah, it would be to trust. What do I mean by this? Because trust is such like a kind of a big umbrella, but let's break this down. Trusting yourself, trusting your work, trusting your clients, trusting your money, trusting your bigger picture, trusting the support, trusting the investments, trusting the process. Okay, because the most perfect social media strategy isn't enough. The most beautiful, aesthetic looking Instagram is not enough. The most perfect, proven, this cannot fail funnel is not enough. That's why I preach about strategy isn't enough. Strategy alone will not get you the success that you desire. You have to marry that up. You've got to do the inner work. And I don't mean just say some affirmations at the start of your morning and then the rest of the day is going to be freaking awesome, right? I'm talking about doing the real kind of deep inner work. So I would definitely say if I could get you to only pick one thing that you need to master, is the trusting, because break this down even further. Where people don't invest, let's say someone wants to come and work with me, the main reason why someone then won't say yes and follow through is because they don't trust themselves. They don't trust the investment. They don't trust that they're going to show up. They're not trusting the process of, this is how a coach leads, this is what you do. They're not trusting themselves that they can show up, they can be consistent, they can have success. They're not trusting that they can make this money. So can you see, once you nail and master the trust factor, that's when everything else then follows through. Because the majority of the time when someone says no because of the money, the majority, not all, the majority of the time, it will not be about the money. I know it myself from years of coaching, from when I hear it from potential clients. I know it myself from my own experience of when I've actually been scared and not backed myself and not had the confidence and not felt worthy that I could make this money back. And so I think as soon as you can trust, it's going to be the game changer for you, because marry that up, marry the trust with strategy. It's where quantum leaps come in. This is where the exciting, juicy stuff comes in, right? You have got to trust yourself. And if you can't back yourself, I'm going to say it. If you can't back yourself, then you shouldn't be in business. Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, yes, she did. Because it's true. Right, I told you I was going to come with the spice. It's true. If you cannot back yourself, who is going to pay you? Who is going to go, wow, that's Sarah on social media. She is backing herself. Like, you can tell, and you can tell when someone's been authentically backing themselves and someone's not authentically backing themselves. You can feel it. It's energy. It's a vibe. So why would you trust somebody? Why would you invest into somebody? Why would you give someone your money if you truly didn't feel that they backed themselves? That's like you coming to work with me and going, yeah, so I don't feel a bit scared about working with you. Got some money stuff going on, feel a bit awkward taking your money because what if I don't get your results? I mean, I have got some good results before, but I don't know, I'm not sure about this. And also this is like a new kind of vibe for me, in a new area. I'm not used to kind of using this technology right now. And I have had some people invest into me before and haven't got results. You're not going to invest into me, are you? You want someone that backs themselves, right? You want someone that's like, holy hell, you are telling me the problems that you are struggling with. I help people with this every single day. I have navigated myself through this, plus hundreds of clients through this. Even when you don't have the evidence of the external testimonials, it's your own journey. Even at the start of your journey, you need to back yourself. So, and by backing yourself, you're using your own journey, your own experience, your own story. Why you do what you do is because of your story. It's because this has worked for you. It's because you have got results in your own life, whether you're a dating coach, maybe you help people with money, maybe you're a mindset coach, maybe you are an online service provider, or fill in the blank. It doesn't matter. You're solving a problem. So you have to back yourself in this business, because no one else is going to. Imagine going to the bank and you're like, oh, I'm not sure, I feel a bit underconfident. And I asked my husband this, because when I first started, and I had to ask him to borrow the money to work with my coach, he didn't understand anything about coaching. He's and still is a very logical thinker. So wants to understand the return on investment, wants to understand. Now, this doesn't work in coaching, especially when the first coach I worked with was a mindset coach. It's not, there's no tangible result apart from the way you feel and the transformation inside, right? Now, to someone that's understands and gets that, you understand and get it. Someone's a very logical thinker, it's a bit like, well, what's the return on investment? And I said to him, what made you lend you the money? He said, because you backed yourself, because you are so confident in yourself that doesn't matter what the reality is saying right now, where I want to get to is so much more important and more valuable. And I'm so laser focused on that is what made me have confidence in you. Okay, good. As a business coach, what is the most frustrating thing for you? As a business coach, what's the most frustrating thing? Oh, I know, it's coming straight to me. Okay, what I find the most frustrating, I'm like this. Sometimes I want to pull my hair out, is seeing potential and then they don't do anything with it. It's like, I'll have somebody come to me and they're telling me where they want to get to, and they're so excited about it, and they're like, right, so I've got this, and this is my business, and this is where I want to see it grow to, and this is my reason why, and I know I need your help, and you are the absolute coach for me. I've seen your results you've got, but also just the fact you embody everything that you teach, like, you're my vibe, you're what it is, like, I just need to do this. And I'm so excited because they're telling me all the things. I'm like, right, before you give me your money, I want to know what it is that you're struggling with. So they're listing out all the things. Okay, so I'm trying on social media and I've posted this and I've posted that and it's not worked, or I'm doing this, or people say my prices are too high, or I'm fill in the blanks. They're telling me all their reasons of why not. And I'm like, kind of get a bit excited because I'm like, it's my vibe. Like, this is what I teach, that this is what I help. This is my freaking transformation, right? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And I can see where I can get them. With my help, I can see where they can grow into, right? I've done it before, hundreds of women, I've done it for myself, like, this is my bag. And then they don't. And then they don't. Then they let fear hold them back, or make it about the money, or make it about the time, and I'm like, oh my goodness, your business honestly could have gone here. Or like, if you'd only stepped into your personal power, oh my goodness, that what you could have achieved. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. Or for example, when I go on, let's say someone goes, oh, Tash, I'm really struggling with my Instagram. And let's say I have a look at their Instagram, like, I totally get why they're not getting sales, right? So I look it onto them, and then they say, how can you help? I'm like, okay, we can have a one-off call at this, or you can, and they're like, oh, I really want to, and they really want to, and then they don't, right? And then they don't. Or then let's say it's about the money, right? And let's say it is an actual thing and they don't have that money to invest into that. And then I offer them, like, let's say there's a no-brainer option of a Instagram masterclass where they could jump on, and they still don't. Or someone goes, I really want to work with you, Tash, and like logistically, financially, they're just not ready for the one-on-one. And then we go down the tiers of other ways they can work with me. And even at the £29 tribe, they still don't. Yes, it's frustrating because I'm like, wow, you have got to back yourself and you've got to invest into yourself. And if you are really truly mean what you're saying to me about how you are so frustrated and how you want to do this and how you want to change your money mindset, but you're actually not willing to invest that time, the energy, the money, then I can't help you. And even let's not even make this about the money. Let's even if I say, okay, well then just jump onto this free masterclass, and they don't. It's like, there's not much more I can do. Or go onto my Instagram and like consume all my free content, and they still don't. Well, that is frustrating. Yes, absolutely. Because I want more. I want to push you. I want to stretch you. I want you to get the results, but I can't do the work for you. And I think that's what I struggle with in regards to, not that I want to do the work for everybody and just, do their whole businesses for them. No, but I just wish I wish you saw the potential, what I see. I wish you saw past the blocks. I wish you could kind of fast forward in your mind and see 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the line, if you'd only stepped up and invested, if you'd only joined the Conscious Coach or worked with me one-on-one or one of my one-off masterclasses. Like, for example, the Abundance is Fuck masterclass, right? If you want to change your money mindset, get in there. It's £97. It's £97. And if you, I don't actually have a sales page for it, so you'll have to DM me. But the testimonials I've got, I say testimonials, I didn't even ask for them. The screen grabs I've got from people that have messaged me about it, they're like, oh my God, I 10x this investment. I can't believe you've done it for this cheap. I'm like, so get in there. And I think this is what I do. I've stretched myself. I've invested, in so much things and continuing to do so. I'm always wanting to better myself. I want to be at the energy. I want to be in that room. I want to pull up my seat with these women that are normalizing these radical, wild, dreams and goals and money stuff. I want to be there. So I'm always going to push myself and invest into myself, even when, financially it might not be there, even when I've got some blocks, even when I'm being triggered, even when fill in the blank, I'm still going to do it. So I think a great question, by the way. I think that's probably the most frustrating thing for me as a coach, is when people just don't show up. They just don't do the work. They say they want it, but then what they're saying and their actions isn't marrying together. So yes, but I can't want it more than you. I can't. So, and you have to empower your clients to do the work. I cannot, even when you come to work with me, I can show you everything. I can empower you. I can give you all the tools and techniques and the strategy, and I can reprogram your mind, but I can't do the work for you, and you've got to want it. So yeah, that was a great question. Okay, so last question. Would love to know your thoughts on this, Tash. I'm making 10K per month as a coach, and I'm so grateful, but I want to get to 20K per month. But I feel I'm stuck here at 10K. The strategy that got me here isn't working now to scale this. Absolutely. Did you ever experience this, and what helped you break through this? Yeah, I think this is a great question. And also, what I would love, I love the context of this. So the more kind of juice you can give me, the better the question I can give you, the more coaching I can kind of do on this. This is why this is going to be so good when we start doing live calls, right? Oh, it's going to be, I can see it already. It's going to be so good. Okay, so you're at 10K a month as a coach. Amazing. First of all, can we just celebrate that? Woohoo! That's freaking unreal. I love when people say, oh, I want to make 10K a month so I can make 6 figures. Yeah, let's do the maths though. That's actually 120K. You actually only need to make 8,833 a month to hit 6 figures, okay? But I want to get to 20K, right? Love the fact we want to double that. Freaking love that. I'm here for that. But I'm stuck at 10K. The strategy that got me here isn't working now to scale this. Did you ever experience this? Absolutely. And what helped you break through this? Okay. So you just want to pick the strategy bit out. this is what happens at different levels in business. What's going to get you to your first milestone isn't what's going to continue on to get you to that next milestone, the next milestone, the next milestone. There needs to be tweaks. They don't always have to be big tweaks. They can be very, very small tweaks. And as coaches, what we do is, what I do is I would look at the strategy that you're using right now and see how we can tweak that. I would look at your messaging, see how on point it is. Are you really niching down to your ideal client? I would look at your social media strategy of how you're getting clients right now. I'd look at your product suite, how we could look at that, how we can refine that, how we can tweak it, and how we can really kind of polish up what we already have and what's actually really going to set us on fire. Like, what are you known for? If I was to find out what you're actually known for, what actually is that? Because to scale something doesn't mean you need a huge amount in your product suite. It just needs to be, you need to be dialed in. You need to be dialed into your ideal client, you need to be dialed into your messaging, and you need to be dialed into your transformation, which what your offer does. You know, for example, lots of my clients done one-on-one to get to 10K, right? I then had lots of other clients that had more of a product suite, and then what we've done is we switched that up. You know, it doesn't have to be raw to get to 10K, 15, 20K. So that's the first thing when it comes to the strategic side to it. But what's calling out to me is the inner work, is the unconscious blocks. Because at every different level, you may have heard this, there's a different devil. I like to change it up and not call it a devil and call it an opportunity. There's always a different opportunity. And every single time I've hit a milestone that has triggered me in a good or bad way, there's some work that needs to be done, right? And even when you're making 7, 8, multi-8 figures, there is still always the work to be done, because the money work to get you to, let's say, 10K is more about abundance, feeling worthy, the confidence in your offers and the energetics behind that. Now, getting from 10K kind of upwards, the scaling then happens, right? You've hit your 10K, that was a massive goal for you, and you've freaking done it. Then it's, oh my goodness, what if I lose it all? What if I lose it all in the morning? So can you see there's a shift? And as the kind of the money grows, the responsibility grows, the dependency grows. So it's not then just about you sitting in front of your camera helping your one-on-one clients. This is then about you managing a team, paying a team. This is you about investing further into yourself, your self-development, your business. So guess what? As your business grows, your investments grow, right? To work with different levels of coaching, that's then gonna grow. So energetically, there's some unconscious blocks that we need to shift up there, because the strategy may not be the problem. So yes, we would need to look at it and see, we need to tweak it, but what if there isn't a tweak that's needed? What if I'm like, actually, that could so get you to the 20K? What the real problem is the belief behind it. Where are those blocks that you feel? What's the difference between 10 and 20K? Let's be fair. Like, what actually is the difference? You know, Amanda Francis says this, and I freaking love it. She's like, what's so fucking special about $1 million fucking dollars, right? A month she was making, right? She's like, what is so special about it? Only the fact that we make it special. We make this like the holy grail. I've got to hit 10 figures. And then when we hit 10 figures, we're like, oh my goodness. So then now, unconscious is like, whoa. 2 problems come up here. One, can I be consistent with this? I've made 10K, but can I make 10K the next month and the next month and the next month? And then the second thing comes up, okay, but that's all we know. We know how to make 10K, 20K just feels way too freaking scary. And there's strategies to be able to, I was going to use the word trick, but it's not trick, it's guide unconscious to be able to believing that this is possible, because it all comes from that belief work. And what I'd be really interested in is the money work that you've done already and how we can leverage that and up level that to be able to support this next level of you, because this is what it is. It isn't a strategy thing. It's actually a you thing in regards to, are you ready for this next level of success? Are you ready? Can you hold the energy of 20K per month? Can you really hold it? Where do you feel there is sacrifices that are going to need to be made? Because interestingly, I was working with a client. She actually had cons of being wealthy. And you may be thinking, what? We all have them. We all have them. So my client was scared to make more money than her husband because she felt that would disempower him. She was scared to make more money than her family because they've always come from a hardworking kind of hustle mentality. So for her to kind of really be in ease and flow and make 10K a month, doing what she freaking loves to do, you know, working around her children, she felt that she would have this disconnect to her family. These things are massive. These things are going to stop you from making 20K. You're so consumed in your head that you think it's strategy. I need a new strategy. I need to do this. And in fact, what we need to do is reprogram the way your mind is processing this data, because that's all it is data. And then mind attaches meaning to this, right? So what we need to do is up level the new version of you, the new level energetically, emotionally, the way you are thinking, the way you're perceiving this is data. So we need to, that's what we need to actually shake up. That is the side of what we actually need to work on. It isn't probably the strategy. So what I would say to you, a great next step would be to join Conscious Coach. I feel like from what you've explained, and the great thing about Conscious Coach is that's why I don't say you need to be making X amount of money or you're a startup or you're looking to scale. Like, it doesn't matter what level of business you're in, whether you're just literally starting or you're looking to scale, right? Or scaling, it doesn't matter, because this is about mastering the energetics. Everything I'm talking about and we'll continue to talk about to the end of freaking time is about being able to master the inner game. Because you're always going to get triggered. Always. A client will trigger you. Money will trigger you. Partner's comment will trigger you. Your children will trigger you. Economics will trigger you. Social media will trigger you. The freaking news and what's going on will trigger you. Like, there'll be so much that triggers you. So what we need to do is master the inner game, which then changes the external game. Because that's all it is. Business is a game, money's a game, everything's a game. And as soon as we make it less so freaking serious and so much pressure and oh my goodness, and make it more fun and light and airy and playful, that's how you get results. And it's all about that mastery. Amen to that. Great freaking questions. I'm so pumped about how episode 1 has started, and it's only going to get absolutely better and bigger and more expansive and more spicy. I hope I've had so many DMs about Tash's spice and how much you're freaking loving it. So bring it. I'm here to be raw and real. Much love. Go and have the most epic freaking week, and I look forward to seeing you same place, same time. If you want to DM me or DM my team your questions, so I will get to answer them live for you. And then as the kind of episodes grow and as it expands, we're then going to have live voice notes and we're going to have live callers come on. I mean, it's going to be a thing. Go and have the most amazing week, you badass. Bye-bye.